What's up, guys? Jacob Rothenberg here. Going to talk to you about one of the realities of being a Kindle publisher, just in case you're at the point where you're thinking, hey, this whole Kindle publishing thing seems pretty cool, and I want to one day be a full-time Kindle publisher, live the laptop lifestyle, hold my laptop and work on books right in front of the beach, which is definitely what occurs instead of working your ass off inside your condo, wherever you're from, whether you're in the States, Europe, Asia. It's not really all about that. Unless you're the Mickelson twins. They're awesome. But for the rest of us who are not at that level just yet, I'm going to talk about the more everyday, practical approach that you'll likely take to Kindle publishing. As, a lot of us are kind of centralized. We don't travel country to country like a pure, quote, digital nomad would, unquote. I don't really like that term, but what have you. I just want to keep it a little bit real with what you and I could consider relatable. So what I want to talk about today with being a full-time Kindle publisher is the reality of having to look ahead in time and not just like predict, but also anticipate what could possibly happen and how can I design my business or protect my business in a way that can stop what could possibly happen in the future from affecting me. So what am I talking about in particular is if you've been watching Gary Vaynerchuk, or rather Gary V on YouTube videos, he always mentions, that we are in a bubble. For a lot of us who are millennials, these are the best years we've probably ever had for business. I agree with this. It's arguably easier now than ever to make money online. Like, I was making money back in 2008, as a kid, and I was making like low four figures a month or two before the recession hit. But even now, like, there's just no excuse not to make $1,000 a month minimum online if you're trying. So with that, Gary Vee also talks about the possible recession that can occur, with whether it's just the United States, North America, with the banks, could it happen globally? We've been in somewhat of a bubble with the economy and with the real estate pricing going up, with demand going up in metropolitan areas. And, I'm not some financial advisor. I'm not going to pretend to be some economic expert. But all I'll say is that we've been on a 7, almost 8-year run with having things going great here in the United States. And traditionally, there are 7-year bull runs and then 7-year bear runs where the recession occurs or a recession hits and things either slow down, stagnate, or even reverse in terms of economic activity and, gross GDP. But again, I'm not the expert on that. So I just want to keep it simple for you. What am I exactly talking about is, realizing, okay, I have this online business. What could happen if a recession hits? Like, are people still going to want to buy these books on Amazon? I think so. Are people going to buy ebooks? And as far as like ebooks and the audiobooks, you could say that people are spending discretionary income on them. So would it be fair to say it's possible that sales could go down during a recession for your Amazon business? Is it possible? And to that, I would say, yes, it is actually possible. So it has me thinking, okay, if that's possible, what further can I do so that I don't have to go back to a traditional 9 to 5 and hopefully, if not, just continue prospering with my business, regardless of a recession? How can I at least get by or continue to make some progress when those dark years hit? So I just came up with some 4 general tips on what I'm going to do, and I hope this is really useful for you all listening as well. If you're either just starting out or you've got some gig going and you want to like be able to hop off on the 9 to 5, whether it's Kindle publishing or anything else, I've thought this out, and here's my advice. Number 1, it should be a given, is that you need to save at least some money, okay? I'm definitely not the guy that's going to tell you not to spend your money. I do stupid things too. I bought a Gucci shirt for $150. Did I need that shirt? Absolutely not. Was it stupid to buy? Yeah, kinda. But hey, it's my money. You get to have fun with it. Am I telling you to stop traveling? Am I saying don't go on cruises? No, I'm not saying that. But I should say to you is that you should be saving money. And if you've got a house, maybe instead of blowing things on discretionary purchases, maybe like putting it towards your equity. Again, I'm not your financial advisor, but either building up equity in what you have owed to a bank, or you can just save some money in case dark things occur with the recession and such in the economy. So I would say just don't get careless with the fact that it is so easy right now to make money in 2018. Just like how we took it for granted how freaking crazy the cryptocurrency era was, the bubble we had between 2017 and early 2018. Don't get carried away with not just investing, but with just spending your money on dumb shit. So save your money. You never know when a rainy day will hit. Save your money. Number 2 is, I would say, be a master at one stream of income in terms of generating cash flow and generating money, and then build flows of income from there. So to give you a perfectly specific example, okay, I wouldn't say yet that I've mastered Kindle publishing in terms of earnings potential. I'm averaging, let's see, I made like $230 yesterday, and from Kindle publishing, and I'm probably gonna make also $230 today. I'm working towards. This sounds crazy and it sounds ridiculous, but I'm working towards making $1,000 a day on Kindle publishing. I know it sounds ridiculous. It sounds over the top, but I'm working on it. Trust me, I've got ideas. So, and it's also a white hat, but I'm gonna do it. So, okay. So yeah, I've got Kindle publishing down. It's pretty solid for me. It's right now, as of November 5, 2018, a reliable source of income. Now, what I'm working on is building different flows from my knowledge of Kindle publishing. So yes, I have the publishing business. Now I coach people on Kindle publishing. I literally help people make money on Kindle publishing. They pay me a little bit of money, and in turn, they make more than what they pay me in terms of results. And that's a true statement right there. So it's a good deal for everyone. And along with that, I've got my courses. Courses that deliver much more value than the price tag associated with them. I just get a little pay kickback, and in turn, people are getting great value. So again, it's a win-win. That right there is 3 streams of income. One primary stream, Kindle publishing, and then 2 additional flows, coaching and courses. So that right there is 3 streams of income. I'm working on a 4th one, Amazon FBA. That will take a little bit of time to set up. I'm not rushing things. I'm thinking things out, but that will be a 4th stream of income. And I'm finding out very quickly that my knowledge of Kindle publishing in general carries over at least a little bit towards learning FBA. So it's not starting entirely from scratch with understanding the market and what customers want. And I am working on a 5th stream of income. I don't want to talk about it as it's very pre-revenue, and it's useless to even mention right now. But it's an LLC already. So yeah. Aside from that, I would suggest also diversifying between markets. So yeah, in terms of practicality, I have Kindle publishing, okay? It's my online business. What I also want to do is diversify my assets through real estate. So here in California, I've got this condo. It's not fully paid off yet. I've still got a while to go. So I'm building my equity in it. And eventually, even if it's before it's fully paid off, I can decide to rent it out or pay it off in full and then rent it out. Or I could even maybe at some point hopefully before the recession happens, sell this off. And since it's already been 13 months since I bought this, and it's already appreciated about 15% here in San Francisco, which is considered actually below average because properties in Oakland have gone up at least 20% in the last year, and I've seen the same with San Jose. So I got the short end of the stick, but I can't complain. And number 4, and this is something that everyone can do. All of you should be doing this. I am doing this right now. I think I've neglected it for a few years, but coming from someone who has an MBA education, who has, all those paper degrees, like, I should not be saying this, but, those paper degrees, those MBAs, they don't really translate to making money in terms of, the day-to-day hustles and shit you got to deal with. Okay, it might give you some an edge on being able to be analytical, but it does not crossover very well to making money online, and it's not a definite correlation towards making success, towards achieving success. So when I say building up your skills, I don't mean just going back to school, unless it's like a trade, but also like going to seminars, going to conventions, going to masterminds, going to meetups, like build up some general skills that you need so that, okay, let's say things really do hit the fan. At least now you have different skill sets you can offer even as a freelancer if things really go shitty for you. So, this year I learned how to use ClickFunnels. I am much better off than I was 12 months ago with doing ad copy, sales copy. I know a little bit. Honestly, in the past 12 months, I know more about graphic design than I did prior. Those are all skills. I started a YouTube channel almost 12 months ago. Well, with Kindle publishing. Just keep building it up. And likewise, build out your network. So, whether it's Kindle publishing or whatever venture you're into, hit up those masterminds, hit up those seminars. I'll be doing, I hope, well, I'm not going to say I hope, I will be doing weekly Amazon FBA meetups here in San Francisco just because they're so available and so prominent. Like, I would be kind of stupid not to go if I'm trying to learn this as quickly as possible. So, there you go. I also, for Kindle Publishing, still have weekly calls with Emeka and Ollie. And though we don't really talk about publishing anymore, it's there. And we're all meeting up in Miami next year. So that's about it, guys. I know it's kind of a ranty-ish video, but you never know when things will hit the fan. And just realize that if you have a job, jobs are not a reliable source of income. I mean, when things are it's steady, you can always depend on a paycheck every 2 weeks while you're employed at somewhere reputable. But the reason why people get screwed over during recessions is that they depend on one source of income for their household, and it's oftentimes their job. So make sure that even if you're in a job right now, you really want to build this Kindle publishing business. Make it a secondary source of income to where, in my opinion, at the very least, it should pay for your rent and pay for your mortgage. So if things hit the fan with your job, you can at least float by and maybe get by with a side gig until you find a full-time source of employment. So that's it, guys. Otherwise, I am actually going to be working on something that I guess I could say it's a collaboration. I don't know. I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but I'm going to be working a lot more with Emeka on an idea I have, and I'll just run it through him and make sure that everything looks cool. And I think everyone's going to like this a lot, especially because it's free. So I'm excited to work on it a little bit more and then let you all know what it is by hopefully next week. So until then, guys, see you later.